The village was quiet, nestled between the arms of misty hills. Birds flew low across golden fields, and time seemed to walk slower there. But for one young man, peace was still out of reach. His name was Mike. He was only 24, but already he felt older than the trees around him. Every morning he woke up with a storm in his chest, thoughts buzzing like flies, memories from the past dragging him backward, fears about the future pulling him in all directions. Even when the world outside was silent, his mind never stopped shouting. He tried everything. He walked under the stars, hoping the night sky would calm his heart. He played music, hoping the melody would drown his anxiety. He sat in temples, trying to force his thoughts into silence, but nothing worked. One morning, a friend told him about a wise old man, a retired psychologist who had left the city years ago. They said he lived far away in a mountain village, spending his days in silence, helping people with nothing but his presence. Mike didn't hesitate. He packed a small bag and left before sunrise. The path was rough. He walked for hours, climbing rocky hills and passing through narrow lanes. By the time he reached the old man's hut, his legs were trembling, but his heart held a flicker of hope. The hut was simple, wooden, weathered by time. Outside, an old man sat on a mat, eyes closed, face soft with the kind of calm that Mike had never known. He stood there, unsure of what to say. The old man opened his eyes as if he had been waiting. Mike stepped forward and spoke with urgency. "I can't take it anymore," he said. "My mind won't stop. I overthink everything. I regret the past. I fear the future. I can't sleep. I'm tired. Please, tell me how to find peace." The old man didn't respond immediately. Instead, he stood up, went inside the hut, and came back with a simple glass, filled to the very top with water. He held it out to Mike. "Walk from here to the end of the village," he said softly, "and come back. But be careful. Don't spill a single drop. If even one drop falls, start again." Mike was confused. This was his answer? A glass of water? But he obeyed. He held the glass tightly and began walking. The village was alive. Children playing, women talking, cows walking lazily along the path. But Mike saw none of it. He was completely focused. Every step was careful, every breath measured. He didn't want to start over. By the time he returned, his arms were stiff, but the water hadn't spilled. The old man took the glass from him and asked gently, "What did you see on your walk?" Mike shook his head. "Nothing. I was so focused on the water, I didn't notice anything else." The old man smiled. "That is how you silence the mind," he said. "Your thoughts are loud because you feed them. You pay attention to every one of them. But when you focus all your awareness on something simple, something present, the noise fades." Mike stood there stunned. It wasn't magic. It wasn't a secret ritual. It was presence. Just being fully, completely in the moment. He looked at the old man with tears forming in his eyes. "All this time," he whispered, "I was running away from my mind, but I just needed to focus it." The old man nodded. "Peace isn't the absence of thoughts, my boy. It's the power to choose where your attention goes." Mike walked back that day a changed man. The world hadn't changed. The noise of life was still there. But something inside him had grown quiet. He smiled. Not because the noise was gone, but because he had finally learned how to stop listening to it. Dear friend, when the mind feels like a storm, don't try to silence it forcefully. Peace doesn't come from escape. It comes from focus. Sometimes peace isn't about stopping the noise around you. It's about learning to stop listening to it. When you give all your attention to the present moment, your mind stops dragging you into the past or pushing you into the future. Start small. Focus on one breath, one task, one step. You'll be surprised how quiet life can feel with peace.